Coach Tony, Risling Podium Performance, and today is the last arm workout of the 6-12-25. Doing both biceps and triceps today. So the full workout is going to be a bit of a blast today, since now I've only got 2 sets of each to do. So I've got the reverse curl with the easy curl bar, followed by standing hammer curls with dumbbells, and then going to be doing the incline fully supinated dumbbell curls for biceps. And then over on the triceps is going to be reverse grip skull crushers using the same weight as I am for the reverse curls, followed by French press over there on the cables using the CAS handles, and then the triceps press downs with the band, 25 reps. So the great thing about all this is that all that total volume, I should be able to handle this workout pretty well. So if you like seeing me torture myself, as well as some of the other content that I put out in terms of like the creatine, what to look for and whatnot in terms of the supplementation, the technical breakdown of block starts, which I'm going to take the longer video and split it up into each individual persons that I broke down. Please take a moment now to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below because there's a lot more coming where that came from. Anyways, time to hop into the workout. All right, jumping in now that I've explained some things on the workout. So set 1 on the left, set 2 on the right, just 2 sets to go in this workout. So I'm really focused on the eccentric here, counting 4 seconds as best I can on each rep. So the way I do that is I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I say the rep number in my head. Sometimes I mess it up. But right here in the first set, I was like, wait, was that 5 or was that 6 already? No, that was only 5. So they basically finished at the exact same time. And then we get into the hammer curls. These, overall, they felt pretty good, especially on the first set. The second set, started to feel it right here halfway through the set. But it was really just, okay, just go. One thing you want to make sure you're doing here is make sure you're keeping a neutral grip. You don't want to be supinating or pronating when you're doing it. Clearly, the first set moved a little smoother. And then we get into the good old fun of these supinated curls. So like I was saying in the explanation, I've been doing them with the fat grips. So one thing I do notice here in both of them is I'm not getting full extension to the bottom with the 15 pounders. So one way you could do that is at the bottom, flex your triceps and you will end up straightening out your arms a little bit more. These were the toughest part of the workout in general. At about the 13th or 14th rep in the first set is when I started to feel it. I started to feel it basically rep 4 on the second set. So it's really just bite down and go and try to get to 25 reps. That's really all that's going through my head. Okay, so one of the great things as well about 6-12-25, with biceps especially, you don't need that much space. Anyway, I'm doing standing reverse curls. I'm doing standing hammer curls. And then I'm doing incline curls. I'm taking up the space it takes for a single adjustable bench. And I don't even actually need all this space. I could just do all this in one standing spot, taking up 6 square feet of space and not even moving around. I could be doing these dumbbell curls standing up. I'm just choosing to do them this way because 1, it really prevents a lot of cheating, and 2, I own the space so I can take up as much space as I want. But if you're doing this in a commercial gym, you really don't need much space, and it's very time efficient. You're only really needing to do the 3 exercises in the tricep, and then you're done biceps. Trust me, you can't really do much else after that because you've hit all 3 primary strength qualities. You've hit strength and functional strength with the reverse curls and 6 reps. You've done 12 reps with the hammer curls, so you're into that hypertrophy range. Then you're doing strength endurance and real high pump work with the incline curls. The other thing, today lately with the incline curls, I've been adding the fat grips to it. This makes it so that my grip is working a little bit more, and I can get a little bit more arm activity in terms of my forearm working without having to necessarily really overload the weight. And this way, I'm getting the same bang for my buck without as much strain on the joints, especially when I'm doing 25 reps. I wouldn't be able to do more weight than I'm doing, so this allows me to get a little extra stimulus without having to compromise anywhere else. Okay, so reverse grip skull crusher. The only difference between that and a regular one is just how you're holding on. With the regular skull crusher, when you lay back, your hands are kind of facing away from you. With the reverse grip, well, now you supinate, you turn your palms towards you when you're holding on. So this is going to take a fair amount of good grip strength, and the heavier you go on these, you're going to need more and more grip strength, especially as you fatigue. One amazing thing that I really like about the reverse grip is when you're pronated, yeah, you can get a good flex and a good squeeze on your triceps, but now with your arm nice and straight there, now turn your palm to face the sky. Now you can fully shorten that triceps. So when you do that, you're getting a little bit more contraction. That's one thing I like about the reverse grip, is you can get a little bit more contraction. It's almost like you're getting a little more stretch and a little more contraction through the movement, since how you're in that anatomical position just with some load going on. So now, when I go from that over into the French press going overhead, you're somewhat getting a little different handle on things, not just literally, but also because I'm using a neutral grip there and I'm going up over my head. There's a little bit different recruitment pattern going on in terms of which head of the triceps meaning 3 heads, is being preferentially recruited overall. And then going into the triceps press downs, that's just burn work. That's pure pump work, to be honest. You're not really gaining any strength there. You're not really going to get very much in terms of hypertrophy, but that strength endurance and the pump you get from it, that's what you're really getting from that. And because it's scalable, just by moving your hands as you fatigue, it can really match to what you're able to do right then and there. Now, time to hop in. And now the reverse grip skull crusher. So here you can see I'm holding with a supinated grip, so it's really tough on the thumb and gripping onto it. Sometimes I'll hook grip it, but here just going, it wasn't necessarily too heavy, so it felt good overall. The triceps, I can really feel them really engaged about halfway on the concentric, halfway lifting it is where I really feel the triceps the most. You can actually see the forearms working a little bit there, which is kind of cool. And then we get into doing our French press. The first set just did not feel good. Nothing really felt good right from the outset. The second set, I'm really trying to focus on letting the forearm, letting my elbow bend a little bit more. You can see the grit on my face. The first set, I didn't even get all the reps. It just wasn't feeling good. And then we get into the press downs. These, it's just go, just grab and go. You'll notice I am moving pretty quick on the first set overall because it's not really that hard weight-wise. It's just the volume overall. The second set, I had to readjust my grip because it was just sliding between my fingers, but then just keep going till 20. All right, so that's everything for today's workout and the last 6, 12, 25 biceps, triceps workout. Yes, it was still a challenge in certain aspects. The 25 bicep curls on the incline was difficult. The French press was difficult. Just because it's a back off week, a deload week, doesn't mean it's going to be easy. You still keep the same intensity, meaning the same weight or percentage of the max that you're working with, because you're still getting that stimulus. You're just doing a little less volume to allow yourself more rest. So it's almost like you're kind of just taking a little bit of that volume off so that you can recover a little bit better to propel you forward a little bit more as you keep on going through different training blocks. My post-workout is going to be a scoop of ATP Labs grass-fed whey, a half scoop of their greens and reds whole food mix, and 5 grams of creatine monohydrate from Clean Athlete. If you want to get 10% off your order from ATP Labs, go to the link in the description below, atplabs.com, and use code RISLING10, that's RISLING 10 at checkout. This is good in both Canada and the US. If you like this type of content as well as the other stuff I put out in terms of podcasts and other informative stuff, please take a moment now to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below with any questions you may have or comments on your own biceps, triceps, 6, 12, 25. Coach Tony, Risling Podium Performance. Embrace your potential.